Hallå, ni hör mig, Malou von Sivers heter jag och ni som har kommit så välkomna hit allihopa. Det kommer ju komma publik här vart efter, men vi börjar med panelsamtal här uppe eftersom det är så många spännande personer som nu ska finnas här. Och en av dem som jag börjar med och ska introducera är Jasvinder Sanghera. Yeah. Very welcome, you're from UK. And your history, your personal history, how you got involved in this is so interesting. You have to tell me, and us.
Okay, thank you. Well, my father came from India in the 1950s in search of work, and he settled in England. And my mother joined him later on, and I'm one of 7 sisters, and I have 1 brother. We all went to school in England, and I watched my sisters being taken out of classrooms in England to marry men they'd only met in photographs. They were 15 years old. They'd be taken to India, forced to marry, and then brought back to Britain, and then disappeared to become the wife of this person. I was 14 years old when my mother told me I was marrying a stranger, and I was promised to him when I was 8, and I said, no, I don't want to marry a stranger. I was born in England. I want to go to school, dare I say, college and university, because I say dare I say, because you were never allowed to have thoughts of freedom or independence. That was deemed as dishonorable by my family. My family said I had no option, so they took me out of school and held me a prisoner in my own home until I agreed to the marriage. And I was held there, and in the end I agreed to plan an escape. I ran away from home at the age of 16 years old to make the point I was not marrying this man.
And to make a very long story short, you haven't seen your family since then?
No, my family disowned me. They said you have 2 choices. You can come home and marry who we say, or from this day forward you are now dead in our eyes. So for 35 years they don't speak to me or my children.
And then also because of your sister who committed suicide because she was forced to marry a man, and that was a horrific marriage. Then you started, you founded Karma Nirvana already in 1993. And you have been abroad, you've been giving speeches all over the world, and you have, seen what's going on. How would you describe the situation today internationally?
Well, the issue of honor abuse and forced marriage is an international issue because the communities that are doing this are varied. They come from all backgrounds from across the world. You know, they are beyond Kurdish communities, they're Iranian, my parents were Indian, Pakistani, etc. So they have international links. So they will collude to take our victims into various countries, to abuse them, to even murder them, and to force them into marriages. So there is that international context that we have to look at. And also, countries need to learn from each other and have a coordinated policy of action together. So that can mean we work together to create laws, to have an agreement on how we're going to tackle this internationally as countries. In Britain, we have to rescue over 300 British subjects back into Britain every year who are taken abroad and forced to marry. They're as young as 5 years old. So we
5 years
five
old.
years old. So the 72 countries our government goes to, we need the assistance of those countries in order to rescue those individuals. So without doubt, it is an international issue because of the crimes. But equally, the way we're going to tackle it is by coming together as a country and agreeing collectively policy, laws, and practice to tackle it.
Okay, and very briefly, shortly, because you're going to be here so people can ask you about your fantastic work. You and I talked a lot about the awareness, how important it is on all levels. How aware are we?
Well, I think we are still scratching the surface. Certainly in the UK, our government acknowledges that we are dealing with the tip of the iceberg, that beneath the iceberg there are hundreds and thousands of people that are at risk. Because they are so isolated, they don't know about help. The abusers are their family, of which are many people, so they are hidden. So we've got to raise awareness for them to be able to report, to know there's help available.
Thank you so much, and please, all of you that are here, don't hesitate, ask questions, because you have so much knowledge. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
again, as I thought I would be. The force is pushing me over the edge. 1,000 reflections in my mind that I want you to see. How did I let myself fall into this trap? My soul feels so empty right now, but I won't keep silent about the silence, and all my eyes see is the busy street ahead of me. Lately it's all noise and I'm not hearing anything. When you lose yourself in the depths of your sorrow, free yourself from all the pain and break out of praise and fight through anything. And if you let yourself go and hold your head up, you're strong, and soon you'll find the happiness, and it will shine through your smile when you free yourself. When you're free, 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 when free, when you're free, when you're free, when you're free. You could hold me in your arms, hypnotized by the words and the echoing repeatedly in my brain, and I could hold you in